I want you to put on a pair of good boots and get in the car, and I will drop you off at the corner of a big wild forest with a map where I have marked 2 points in this forest where you will find resources to make a camp, cook some food and enjoy the night. Are you up for it? Oh, by the way, there are other people looking for the same resources out there in the forest. And you will have to cooperate within a group. Oh, and you cannot bring your phone. This concept we have done with some 150 people so far. It is an adventure learning method. We call it the Big Walk. Let me tell you about it. No, let's hear some of the comments from the participants' evaluation first.
I would say lost.
Stressful, enjoy,
inspirational, exciting, orientation and team building.
In this case, it is a group of young people volunteering at the Hästekasen Farm and Adventure Center here in Sweden. Most of them are from the city and mostly not much practical experience and not generally much experience with wild nature. The idea is that this nature challenge will be outside their comfort zone, forcing them into the learning zone, being challenged. Our groups stay here a month and we want them to bond quickly. And this big walk usually does exactly that. It is a catalysator type of activity. They will get to know each other fast. First, we prepare them with some workshops. Making a fire, reading a map, setting up tarps, doing knots. At the time of the workshop, they did not know that all these competences were going to be put to the test very soon and in a real situation. So the first learning in this exercise could be, maybe I should have put more attention to when I was taught these competences for free, because you never know when they can become useful. On the day of the activity, they don't know that they will spend the whole night out. We split them into 2, or in this case 3 teams. We carefully select participants to each team, looking for a good mix. Then we drive them out to the different spots at the edge of the forest, giving them a map, a knife, first aid, a compass, toilet paper. At the edge of the forest, they get the instructions.
Look at the map, know where you are. The map shows location of resources.
Stay away from civilians.
Walk home alone in the morning. Stay away from all Hästekasen property.
This activity takes some preparation from the leaders. We have to fix food, water, tarps, camping mattresses and sleeping bags to 10 people and walk it out to some points in the forest. Heavy work. So I'm right now carrying 10 sleeping bags and 5 liters of water. That's some 25, maybe 30 kilos that I have to put on a mountain that is called the Two Bridge Lookout. So this is one of the stashes where we hide some equipment. It's called I Am Lost, this point, and I put the food here. And since it's a sunny day, I put it in the shade. But I also want them to see it. So I'm going to show you what kind of food we're giving them. Giving them a sausage, giving them my favorite cheesecake, Swedish. That's for breakfast, they're already broken. And then there's lots of water down there, some hummus. So I hope they're going to see this red thing here. Yeah, off to the next place. So this is a place we call Camp Manuel. Very suitable for a group to camp here. Some of them choose this place. It's always interesting to see which place they choose. Now they're off on their own.
Anna, is it good in there? Okay.
Who will walk first? Who will hold on to the map? Who will decide where to walk? How will decisions be taken? How to handle a slow walker? Who to blame when they get lost? When shall we eat? Where shall we camp? Who starts the fire? Lots of decisions have to be taken. And if they find something, some of the resources, will they keep it for themselves? Or will they find the other groups and share with them? Will they even make a camp together? The area is nearly 2 times 2 kilometers. No roads, no houses, no other people. So usually the groups are not reachable for the leaders. The feeling of being lost, being alone, being unreachable is part of the concept. It is what makes it real, an adventure. So they have to try to stay in control, or there could be consequences. But this time we sent a camera with the 2 groups, and we hunted them with the drone. Group A made it nearly by random to one of the resource points that was not marked on their map. There they met Group C that could be heard coming in the forest. They found 12 sleeping bags and realized that they should share them. There has been situations where a group kept all sleeping bags and camped alone, not answering to the calls of the other groups in the forest.
Then we were shouting to each other, and apparently the other group heard us because their camp was close to us, to their own hill. And they didn't reply.
Suddenly hear distant screams.
Group B found an easy path to an abandoned shed in the forest. In a non-formal learning situation, it is important to afterwards evaluate the experience with the participants.
The plan was to everyone reunite so we could hold everything, but then they ignored us.
And then from there we started going a bit more south.
And you ended up?
And went up to Toolbridge Lookout first.
We just followed the path and
Yeah.
we picked up some paper from there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then we went to I Am Lost.
Over the cliffs or down in the
Yes.
bushes here?
Yes.
That's the idea. You went through the bushes down there or more over the cliffs?
More over the cliffs.
I think I realized how tough can be making decisions when you have 2 different groups.
Difficult ways of communication. I think I got a bit closer to how to find compromise.
I got reminded that sometimes people will not wait for you and you have to fight to keep up.
I think I learned a lot about communication. In group, it was really good moment for learn to be more confident my opinion and explain my perspective.
I'd say I learned quite a bit about communication and cooperation.
I definitely feel like I'm improving a lot my navigation orientation skills.
Group B has made it to the middle of the map and the resource point for food. But they do not know that this is less than half the food. Group C has already been there and taken half of it. Later, during evaluation, this was to be called the betrayal by the other groups. In this case, an evaluation can be a bit of a debriefing also, clarifying misunderstandings and intentions. An opportunity to discuss and realize what they learned about decision making, different styles of leadership, ways to communicate. You facilitated decision making.
I think so, rather than saying, oh, let's just go here.
And so communication became kind of hard and became kind of a bit like almost hostile.
After Group A and C met at the Toolbridge Lookout, the sleeping bag point, Group C soon chose to go off alone.
Live all alone. If we are all in the same place, how do we get like all alone back to Astokas?
Too much fuss, too much talking. The adventure learning method teaches us that the challenging experiential situation can lead to competence, especially if one acknowledges that it is a learning situation. Mostly an attitude skill is acquired. And this stuff mostly has to be learned by trial and error. The conditions we designed into the big walk concept in the forest, they are: it's exciting, an out of the ordinary experience. There is possibly stress, a feeling of uncertainty, and another type of stress, being outside your physical comfort zone. And also social stress, uncertainty of your own competence and your role in the group. There will be social friction and irritations. You will be dependent on others, experiencing many social situations that need decisions. It asks for organization and thus for different types of leadership. There are many uncertain factors: weather, individuals' reaction to challenge and the way they act and how that affects others. How will I sleep? How will I eat? Do I miss my phone? How do I go to the toilet in the forest? Will I be cold? There is time limitations. The sun is going down. It's getting colder, darker. Technically, we have given them many of the tools to handle the situation. They had the preparatory workshops. Group C has now also found the sleeping mattresses and chose to make a camp alone on a cliff facing the sunset. Group B continues to act efficiently and locates a point just north where there is another resource point with some more inspirational food.
Okay, what are your guesses?
Is that B?
Oh my god!
Shouldn't we search for everybody else because
Yeah, and we don't have
any sleeping stuff.
They realize that they want to share this stuff and starts looking for the others.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Here!
Up on the cliff!
We were shouting all together, and then we heard the others. We started to run in the direction that, hey, we are here. And then just like silence. Just the fact that we found all the food, it made sense that the others would have everything else. And so we really had this idea that we want to be united, and we didn't really feel the same amount of desire from the other teams for this.
We should have put more effort in getting along and doing it together anyway.
We took that trip and got lost and everything just to like share the food with other people.
Yeah, because we saw like 4 cheesecakes. So when the C group got to I Am Lost, the food was all there and they took more than 50% and 100% of the vegan food. Considering that me and Alberto are the vegans in this group and we were not in that group. So basically we had no food, we just ate mushrooms and thankfully I had porridge and that guy had a banana. That was it.
Most of the time all groups find the resources, but not always. Sometimes they split up into smaller groups due to being irritated by each other, or they want to check out different positions on the map. Sometimes they fail to see the benefit in finding the other group and sharing the resources. Remember, each group got coordinates to different places and different resources. Mostly they find themselves around the fire before the sun goes down. Group C is in a cozy 4-person team eating their abundance of food by the fire after a marvelous sunset. All groups get lost for a longer or shorter period. So who got lost apart from me?
Coming back home in the morning or
Anytime. Who did not feel stress at any moment during this experience? Raise your hand.
Wow.
Quite a lot. He's not stressed. Those two are not stressed. She's not stressed.
You were stressed when we were conflicting before separating.
Maybe we have to talk about what stress is. When the body is not in some kind of homeostasis, equilibrium, balance, peace, I'm myself, I'm in control. When you're feeling a bit uncertainty, heart rate goes up, it's maybe worrying and nervousness. If done right, the big walk is just a wonderful, pleasurable social walk in the forest in the company of interesting people. eating wild berries and mushrooms by a fire while the sun is setting. A little adventure.